What up, guys? It's Isaac, back at it again. My Beamer 2020 330i xDrive, aka the G20, just got a bath. Play 50-50 weight distribution on the G23 series. And as you can see, mine is Glacier Silver, and I got it in Glacier Silver for a specific reason, to show just the lines on it. The lines on it look incredible in Glacier Silver, and also look really good with the windows tinted. With the paddles is where you truly feel and I think understand the car, and it gives you a bit more control. When you're not in such control, you just don't feel like you're part of the car, and that's why we miss manual transmissions so much. Anywho, so I ran over a snake up there. There was this snake laying in the middle of the road. I thought it was a stick, but as soon as I ran it over, I looked back and I went, oh! It was jumping around, I believe. I felt pretty bad about that. I don't mean to hurt any animals out here. By the way, speaking about hurting animals, this is the most efficient 3 Series ever. This 3 Series is also lighter than any other 3 Series that's ever been made. And it's also the most powerful standard 330i all-wheel drive form. It's also the most spacious. You get a lot of cargo, a lot of rear seat room, comparison to the Mercedes and the Audi. It has just enough power to where you can use it in the street and not get in trouble. You know, you could have your foot planted for a while where you could feel the injectors firing and the different throttle responses activating when you have it in a lower power guise. I think when you start getting into high power guise vehicles, it is difficult to feel the car's performance levels in different steps. So, you know, medium high or all the way up 9/10 or 10/10. The street is really nice driving at 7/10. It's nice driving at around 6/10, but in the mountains it's great at 8/10. It's really satisfying to drive it there. The key was in the door and it locked itself. Good thing the spare key was close to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known how to get inside this vehicle, except probably to get on the app called the BMW Connected app to unlock myself and get it. By the way, the BMW Connected app, you can log, flash your lights, you can send navigation back to the car, where it calculates how much gas, what the weather will be and the traffic. The navigation on this vehicle uses wheel speed and steering angle to help navigate. That gets you that much closer to your destination. This new 3 Series has a 25% stiffer chassis. Some areas are 50% stiffer. The frame of the engine underbody is all aluminum now. There's lots more aluminum to this vehicle that made it lighter to the previous 3 Series, which was 121 pounds heavier. There's more camber in the front of the vehicle. They adjusted the travel of the front and adjusted the compression of the rear shock absorbers. So the front was tuned for extension and the rear was tuned for compression. if that makes sense. For the interior, everything matches as well. See the door here. This vehicle was not opted with ambient lighting for good reason. I'd like it to be as classic as possible. There are the sports seats, the standard sports seats. The complaints about these seats is that they're not made for American bodies. Good thing I'm Kenyan, so I'm not really worried. BMWs seems like they were made for my stature. The cup holders are great, including the front and the back. They're in the doors. They're pretty big. They're a good size. Just below the speakers. The trunk is nice and deep. And here we have our window sticker. This grille in the front opens to let in more air when I've gone through the mountains and I stop. The grille will open for more air. Not sure if I would have liked the grille for that chrome to be blacked out. It would look great. You can black that out, of course. You could also have M Sport package on this vehicle. So this is an X Drive, just the regular standard trim. The headlights are just so attractive. They're bending headlights as well, and they're so in depth. Just in the headlights alone, all the colors on the car are in the headlights, and that's why I picked this color called Glacier Silver, because the headlights really add. You know, the eyes are the windows to the soul, and it really adds to the color of this car with the windows and the wheels and everything else. Now, something that's interesting that I found out is that if you lock the vehicle via the button on the doors, it didn't want to unlock itself when I walked up, so it only does it at some times. Features: this car can, of course, forward collision alert. It has steering intervention where it moves itself back in its lane if you go over a line, but I switched that off because I don't like that happening. If I'm cruising at, let's say, 80, getting off an off-ramp, because this is a BMW. Sometimes you're missing your off-ramp and you need to get over in a safe fashion, but swiftly, of course. So you jump into sport mode immediately as that thought kicks in. But the steering intervention is not... I don't trust it yet. I trust the Volvo interventions more than the BMW. Volvo's is a slight hand that just does a very light push back to the center. The BMW just grabs the steering wheel and moves you to the center as quickly as it can. Perhaps it's because Volvo clients drive slower and BMW clients drive faster. So, you know, you need to get back on the road if you're doing about $120. Who knows? I don't get it. Just different companies, different softwares. But this car is made to be driven. So I turned that crap off. I don't need it. I'll leave the lane assist on though. So the steering wheel will vibrate if you go over a line with lane assist on. And it'll stiffen as well. Now if we look at the front here, you can see there's some sensors. Let me get closer. So here's one. Here. There are 5 of them on the front bumper and 5 on the rear bumper. And you also have a camera right here that looks out into the road. But as you get closer to anything in parking lots, it activates automatically. There goes the car locking and unlocking itself as I walk up and walk away. But back to the sensors. If you're following someone too close, This car knows what speed you're doing, and it knows that you don't have enough time to close that gap in case they slam on their brakes. So BMWs were, you know, tailgate kings, but now this BMW will let you know if you're following someone a little too close. And you can turn off and adjust your safety systems on the car as needed. Anyways, guys, I love this car. It's great. Just look at that. Through the bumper here, you could see it goes straight through. Wow, a real arrow slot on the front bumpers on each side. And when you look at it from far away, you can't tell that it goes through. You'd think that they just added that there for fashion, but no. The design on this car is really attractive. I think it's one of the best, or possibly the best vehicle in its segment, and just aesthetically pleasing to the eyes. Like I said, that front duct, there's a go-through. And I like now how you can see things from the side of the car. So you can see the duct from the side, you can see the eyes, you can see the bold lines on the side reflecting against the sun. And you could also see back here, you can see the tail light, which has this nice little L shape that goes well with the trunk, including that reflector there at the bottom that you can see from the side. Those are all safety things, but they really add to, they're safety things that add to the look of this vehicle that I really like. What else do I like about this car? Eco Pro mode. I haven't really experienced the Eco Pro mode that much. I could barely handle comfort mode. I'm a BMW driver now, so the car does well, does 35 miles per gallon highway, 30, almost 30 combined, 25 city. So I'm not really into Eco Pro mode that much. It's already a very efficient vehicle.